This is my Unit 9 and 10 evaluation. I think the unit's gone well and the schedule worked well. And that I hit the deadline, which I'm proud of, and that our ideas have generated into what we wanted. For the editing, it was good, but time consuming. I still prefer documentaries over to short films, and I've noticed that adding a narration late was a bad idea, as this helps to structure around things, so the narration can be like the starting block. The edit lacked music. That was from some of our feedback from the audience. That could have helped the flow and mean that when it's a bit quieter, it would have felt more atmospheric. I made the interview 8 minutes to 2 minutes, which was a bit of an achievement because this meant that I was just chopping up loads and getting to the relevant information. So that's good. Some of my editing did have jump cuts subsequently though. So this meant that I had to put like B-roll over it or relevant photos. Well, that was just a different challenge and stuff. This also meant that I put B-roll for the questions and answers. For next time, I'm going to spread out my editing and make it step by step, so for time management and stuff. So the planning went well, but the editing process could have been also planned. And then also for next time, maybe try doing some title screens with After Effects and just testing out new things to make everything a bit more interesting and pop out. The planning of the pre-production was good, and I've improved from last year, and this meant that I've hit the deadline. And having the kit bulked out and sorted out was good, but could have planned our idea better as we struggled to get an idea. It was easy to get a group, but just getting the roles and ideas down of what we wanted to do was just took us back a bit further, so this meant that we were a bit delayed. So for next time we can get straight into it and not waste time on thinking of an idea. A couple of things that went wrong was that the interview was maybe too long, and the questions weren't probing enough, and so maybe next time I can go off the questions that I've got and the answers that I've got to get better answers. There was plenty of information, maybe too much, because obviously with the target audience of 16 to 24, I want to keep it short and snappy and make sure that I'm not boring anyone. Obviously there was no music, and we could have done an introduction in the narration as to who we were interviewing, as it seems like it was a bit out of the blue. All of a sudden we're introducing it, and then it was just the name of the doctors. Have I achieved my goals? I've succeeded in making a documentary and not a short film, which was one of my goals. I worked in a partner, so it meant that I felt like I could have someone to cooperate with, and it wasn't all on just me. Also, I've succeeded in organising the project with the contingency plans and booking equipment. We both did that. So this meant that we were just organising things, and just different from last year because I was just wasting time and just ignoring it. So we both split the pre-production out, so we both did half. Obviously Toby's was more cinematography based and mine was more editing. With Toby doing cinematography, he focused on the script, but I helped with some of the questions, but that was good. So it meant that we would work well because we just communicated well and organised things evenly. There wasn't much hazards. There wasn't many hazards because we didn't have that many different shooting places, but that was quite easy to manage. Our shooting days turned out very well. We made sure that we set up early as well, because that was something that I found from last year, was that if you just be there on time and make sure everything's set up. I had experience with the microphone as well, so that helped. But with the lighting, could have made it a bit more light in the room because it was a bit dark in some of the shots. That's what some of the feedback we got. I'm going to use this editing process if I do documentaries again as well, because this meant that I was able to view it in step by step. So if I'd done something, I feel like I'd done it more if I could visually see it just gone. And it meant that I wasn't doing things out of order, but obviously now I know that the narration's quite a big part of it. We've also been told that the colour grading felt a bit blue, but I didn't want it to be overly orange because